Tell you what, I have had the toughest time trying to get out just for a simple bike ride lately. Seems like for the last 2 weeks, every time I've gotten the opportunity to go out, I couldn't. Either I was getting called in for work, or Mother Nature just wasn't cooperating, and rain. Most of it was from rain. Every time I had a day off to go riding with myself or Katrina and I, and Christina, it just seems like the rain came. Mother Nature said, nope, not today. I really wanted to get another family ride in before Christina had to head back to college. So I guess I'm gonna have to wait till summertime when she's back. But it's just a few days after Christmas, so I hope you all had a great Christmas. It's kind of the in between the Christmas and New Year's time, so even today, I had a hard time getting out today. Whole intention was to get up this morning because it was supposed to be a nice sunny day, even though it's chilly out. But a nice sunny day, clear day, to take a ride. And just as I was getting ready, problems at work. So I had to go in there, spend like 4 hours trying to figure out what was going on, get it fixed, get things back up and running again. And here I am now, kind of scrambling to get a ride in before the sun goes down and it gets too cold again. But I hope you guys have had better luck than I have. I know I still probably have it better than most because I'm not getting the snow and the freezing cold. But if you guys are anything like me, and you're looking forward to get out of that ride, and then the time comes and you can't because either Mother Nature or something else, it gets you upset. I guess it just goes to show I need to retire sooner than later. And I am a bit jealous because my older brother has retired. He's a few years older than me. And then my younger sister just sent me a text saying she's going to be retired in 2 weeks. Oh, man, what about me? I guess gotta wait till the time is right for me. I tell you what, that time feels like it's right now. Every time I think about going back into work again, I just go, oh geez, again? I've been doing this for over 30 years now. Yeah, 30 years. I know some of you probably have worked a lot longer than that. I don't know if you did the same thing for the whole time, but I've been doing the same thing. Got out of the military, got this job, and now it just seems to drag on, if you know what I mean. I guess that's motivation to build the channel up bigger, right? Take this e-biking into retirement. I do have another review bike coming in. But I haven't seen the tracking numbers for it yet, so still holding my fingers crossed. But it's another one from Pucky Puppy, the Bulldog, a dual battery. I guess it's a new model. So that'll be interesting. I mean, I've only had one other dual battery bike before, and I that was I hate to say it, but kind of a complete failure of a bike. It showed and advertised all kinds of nice things about it, but when I actually got it and started using it, it was actually well, I'm going to say it, a piece of junk. So I got rid of that. I didn't even sell that one. I took it to the Salvation Army or Goodwill and let him have it. Wasn't anything wrong with it mechanically, but I just didn't even want to bother trying to sell that thing. So I donated it. So somebody probably has gotten a really good deal out of that one. Well, what else we got going on? Oh, and some news. I'm sure a lot of you heard about that, about California and their e-bike kind of like rebate, not rebate, but I don't know what you call it. Giving you up to $2,000 to purchase a new e-bike. Yeah, I thought that's great. That's great, you know, until you read the fine print. I swear this country, California does feel like its own country, but this state, it just boggles me. They push this green agenda, wanting everybody to go electric, like in vehicles. I think it's like by 2034. So they put all these incentive programs out. You know, here we'll give you up to $2,000 for an e-bike. We'll give you some type of incentive to buy an EV, but you go look at the fine print, and it's for extremely low-income people only. And then if you make a certain amount, it starts tapering off. They start having different levels, you know, it goes from 2,000 on down. But what gets me is, you know, they're trying to push this green deal, trying to make everybody go green, go electric. So why don't they just make it across the board? You know, I'm considered middle class. And there's a lot of other people that are considered middle class, but barely just making it. Even with them, you know, with the normal bills, they're not in debt or anything, but they're just making enough to pay their mortgage and pay their monthly utility bills and groceries. And they don't have enough to go out and buy an e-bike. But California doesn't seem to care about them. But then what I hear, you know, I haven't read into it deep, I read into it some. There's stipulations on what kind of bike you can get. You can't order one from a company that has it delivered to you. From what I hear, it has to be a bike that's already built in a bike shop. And then there's other restrictions on it. It's like, why even put the incentive out there then? If you got so many restrictions that hardly anybody's gonna be able to qualify for this. You know, I kind of know what it's for. It's just, you know, it's just political stuff. So the California government can say, look at all the programs we have in place to help people out and blah, blah, blah. But when you go in to actually look at it, they say like hardly anybody is using it. It's because hardly anybody can qualify for it. It's just a big, ridiculous mess. You know, and I count myself lucky to be in the position I am in with this channel where companies do send me bikes to review. But I do get a lot of comments, you know, just saying, can't afford it. I like that bike, but I just can't afford it. And I'm sure many of those people are in that position where they're not considered low income and they still can't afford it. So to me, some of these big old, you know, popularized incentive programs are just a big joke for political maneuvering, I guess. But anyways, I'm not going to get into politics. I don't want this ride or this channel to become political. But there's just some things that just eat at me. And I'm sure they eat at you. And if you don't talk about it, it just festers. But what else we got going on? Hey, we're planning a trip in about 3 months. Gonna go see my parents back in Tennessee. They're actually from Arkansas, but we're gonna meet up at my sister's house in Tennessee. We're gonna spend some time with them there, and then we're gonna head on over to Nashville and spend 4 or 5 days there, going country. But I'm really looking forward to that because I like country music. So does my daughter and my wife. So I don't know. Maybe I have to get a pair of boots and a 10-gallon hat and then whoop it up. Well, I am on the Velotric Nomad 1 Plus today, and as much as I love this riding position, I think I'm going to have to change these handlebars. Don't get me wrong, I love the position and just the comfort of this. But let me show you what I have kind of discovered after a few rides. Let me pull over here and get turned around. And let me show you this. See how my hands are here? That's like just a really comfortable riding position. But what's happened a couple times now is where I've either hit a bump that's kind of slowed me down, or I've had to hit the brakes hard. And when that's happened, my hands have just slid up like this. And if I'm doing it while I'm braking, that means I've really only got my thumb and these 2 fingers here holding on to the grip, and they still slide forward. So I'm afraid that if I really get into a panic situation where I really have to brake hard, or I hit a big bump, that it just goes right and my hands come off, or actually on this bar here, I break my thumb. So I think I'm going to have to get a set of bars that are more straight, so I'm more like this. So my hands are more straight, so when I'm hitting things, I'm hitting it this way and not this way. So I'm not doing this or this. So that's something I'm gonna have to look into. But it's kind of a shame because I just love this riding position. It just feels so natural. But I do have to think about safety. All right, it is getting a bit chilly, so I've got the bike pointed towards home. So you all have a great day, great ride, great week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.